Throughout this video, I'm going to share tips and tricks. I'm also going to have some time-lapse and aerial footage, etc. of the construction of this water tank, just for pure entertainment, and give you an idea of what it took to get this in, give you an idea of what you need to look out for, so that when you have your water tank installed, there aren't any hiccups. It's smooth sailing and you can sit back, relax and enjoy your water. G'day all, thanks for joining us at Wild Homesteading. I'm Mr. Wild and we've got our water tank installed. 88,500 litres of water. So one of the biggest things that you'll come across with a tank install is having a good foundation. We just scraped through with this foundation. It was an old foundation from an old water tank. It was average, but above average, so we could use it. These are things you won't know until they turn up. So if in doubt, get them to turn up, pay that extra money. If you're getting the tank place to do the foundation work, you're on easy street. If you're like us, you're counting on them saying from a photo of the slab that it's good enough. Don't be too overconfident. I had a lot of work to do just the night before they arrived to make sure that this slab would hold the tank and hold it well. Another thing to be aware of is they'll tell you they can put the fittings wherever you want. That's where I wanted it. That's where it is. But that's okay. Apparently there are reasons why they can't put things exactly where you want them. So just be aware of that. And if in doubt, sort it all out 100% before they go. Especially if you've already dug and buried your pipe, because there'd be an extra joint necessary just to run it to there. Fortunately, and this is a good tip, don't finish your piping off until you're ready to hook it up to the tank. All I have to do now is dig a little trench across here, pull up some of the pipe because I've got a big tail at the other end I didn't cut off, and then I can put my flexible hose straight to the poly pipe and affix it, less joints, then I'll go through and start filling in the trench. Friendly reminder to you, don't bury and cover up your poly pipes or your plumbing pipes until you've actually got it finished and hooked up to your water tank. Then you know everything downstream can be done as you want. Get it sorted out here first, because if this was buried, it'd mean extra fittings, which is extra risk of leaking, and I don't want that. Sure, you don't either. We got the extra outlet thrown in, firefighting outlet. A tip, for whatever extra outlets you have, get a cap on it, get it locked on. That way, those nefarious minded people that might want to come along and have a bit of a laugh at your expense and flick the tap and let your precious water flow out, if you've got a lock on it, it's going to reduce that risk. If someone really wants to be a mongrel, they're going to be a mongrel. But for the opportunistic person that might just come along and snicker, it's going to deter them from doing it. In the end, without water, you're stuffed. Lock your outlets where you can. This is one thing we had thrown in with the tank, and I am glad. I personally didn't see the point in having a water tank gauge, but now it's here, I fully understand. Get one, it's worth it. This one will actually show the water level and go up as the tank fills and goes down as the tank empties. That is brilliant because it's easy to see where it is, and if the gauge is up here, I know that's where the water is. Now this is a big one for people in a situation like us where we've put the water tank on a hill, we have no structures around, so we don't have a roof to capture the water and run into the tank. What we got installed, and it is an option that some tank places do, is guttering. So now we have guttering 360 degrees around the tank and it flows straight in. We put gutter guard on there to stop the leaves and trash coming in. Yeah, we could have had an open tank, just let rainwater fall in. However, all the crap and corruption gets in there as well. Having the roof reduces the trash getting in. Having the gutter guard reduces that a bit more. And we got the zinc aluminum roof. We didn't get the powder coated coloured like we did the side. The roof is just galvanised or zinc aluminum. For us, we think it's a healthier option. I've seen these after a few years on roofs go all powdery and brittle, and I don't know what's in the material they use to colour it. Personally, I don't care, it's one less risk for us. Having a galvanised or zinc roof is nice and shiny, reflecting the heat of the sun, theoretically keeping the water in this tank just that bit cooler as well. If you're interested, find out from those tank places who does it and how they do it. Some do it by putting grates in the galvanised metal. I might be able to show you a picture of that. Others do it with the gutter system. Your choice, but the option's there. Another tip, if you do get people to install your water tank, don't go off and do other things like I did. Hang around. Don't be a nuisance. Don't hover over them. Be within eyesight. As the tank is progressing, if you've got questions, queries or issues, you can step in and intercede. For example, before I knew it, there was a sign on my tank. They drilled through, bolted it in. I didn't want that. If I was hanging around close enough to see, I could have gone, don't want that. However, for us, we were going to name this hill. Now we have a sign to put the name of the hill on. Win. Things to take into account are, number one, make sure your slab is sweet. Pay the extra money if you need to get them out there and double check what you've done before the day. Or be done with it, get them to do the foundation slab, whether it be gravel, sand, or whether it be concrete. If it's concrete, make sure when it's a second-hand concrete slab that's been around for a few years, get it as level as you can, as smooth as you can. That will go a long way to protecting your asset down the track. Positioning of your outlets for your drinking water, water supply, and your firefighting outlet if you happen to get one as well, second or third outlet, whatever it is, make sure you know where it's going to be, you've got a ballpark, and you've got the flexibility to meet any changes that come with the installation. Even things like the positioning of the corrugated roof, where it's directed in relation to the seasonal weather and where your predominant winds and rains come from, that plays a part. That also ties in to the framework that goes into constructing this, and in the end, the positioning of your outlets and overflows. So there you have it. We're one step closer to having clean, fresh rainwater provided to our shack. I hope you got something out of this. Any questions, queries, comments, feel free to leave them down below. You know what to do. Come on, like, subscribe. I may just entertain you. You may actually learn something too. I know I did. There it is. Till next time, I will see you later. Have a lovely day. Bye. I personally didn't think, I don't know what there's, and it reflects the heat too, keeping the tank water.